out there in the internet land. It is a few minutes till 10 p.m. on Sunday evening, January the 13th, and I have just gotten home from my first convention appearance of 2019, Illogicon in Raleigh, North Carolina. This is the 8th year of Illogicon and my fifth in attendance. I was at the very first one, not as a guest. I'm not, I had a couple of books out, but I didn't have enough stature and standing to be a guest at a con yet. So I bought my ticket and went and enjoyed the convention. And I went back the following year as a guest, and then I skipped a few years. I popped in very briefly 2 years ago. I was in the area actually for a funeral. I was in the area and I came by on Friday evening and did one panel and hung out in the bar with some friends, and then had to go to a memorial service on Saturday. So, con good, dead friends bad. They're still good friends. They're just, the fact that they're dead is bad. That sucks. Then last year I was there fully involved, fully on programming, and this year I did again. Oops, I did it again. Sorry, I'm punch drunk and tired. It's a very good con. It's it's pretty well run. It's all volunteer run. It's very much a multi-genre fandom con. There's a hefty literary emphasis to it, so there's a lot of writers. I did the math, and after some handshake agreements this weekend, I am the publisher for 45% of the guests of the convention. Not 45% of the writer guests, 45% of all of the guests, which is kind of funny. World domination, one writer at a time. I've got a lot of friends that attend this con. Darren, my friend who frequently rides with me, and I publish now 6 of his books for Falstaff. Darren rode up with me. Darren and Jim McDonald, we all shared a room. I love doing conventions at an Embassy Suites because it means I can split the room 3 ways and not have to be the big spoon. Because let's face it, I'd be Shaquille O'Neal's little spoon, but I'm 6'1" and 3 1/4. I ain't a whole lot of people's little spoon. Matter of fact, the running joke among the 3 of us that do travel together and end up rooming together a lot is Jim's the big spoon. I'm the ladle. Poor Darren, he's always the little spoon. But at an Embassy Suite, 2 beds and a pull-out couch in the living room, so I didn't even have to blow up the air mattress. Oh, such a deal. And there were no water buffaloes humping in my hotel room this weekend. It was fantastic. It wasn't exactly silent, but it was way better than at Atomicon. Yeah, so I love doing conventions that are at an Embassy Suites. It lets me drop the cost of attending the convention even further. And at this con, I needed it because we took 3 tables in the dealer room because I had so many of my authors as guests of the convention. We had a lot of books. I'll try and figure out how to embed a photo over here. I don't really know how to do that, but I've seen people do it, so hopefully I can plug a little photo in on one of these sides and it'll show you the cool corner booth setup we did for this show. Sales were good. Sales were up from last year. I feel like attendance was down. They had to move the convention. Since year 2, it had always been in the same host hotel, but because of, I believe, construction, that hotel was not available this year, so they were at a new hotel across town. And that always dings your attendance, usually by as much as 20 or 25%. Then add in the fact that there was a winter storm warning for big chunks of North Carolina and Virginia this weekend, and a lot of people stayed home. The weather wasn't bad. It was cold. Um, Cold for me, cold for a fat guy from the Carolinas. It got down around 25, and frankly, kiss my ass. 25 degrees Fahrenheit is cold. I don't want to hear any bullshit from y'all Wisconsinites. Oh, that's not cold. It's and you're wearing a goddamn parka, and you've got a drop cord coming out of your ass, running 1,000 yards back to the house, and you have a heater in your underpants. So yeah, but 25 degrees is still cold. Yeah, sorry, told you, punch drunk, tired. Yeah, so it was cold. There was some drizzle, there was some rain, but roads were always clear. There was no trouble even walking across the parking lots. So the weather was fine. I hate that hurt the attendance to the event, because it really is a well-run convention, and they do such a good job of recruiting a diverse um, cross-section of guests. There were multiple people of color on the staff of the convention, and as guests, there are multiple people. Every stripe in the rainbow is represented. There's a strong LGBTQIA presence at the convention. There's strong programming for a lot of diversity. Chris Shrewsbury led a panel on conventions with disabilities and how to make conventions more accessible, and also if you are someone with a disability, or how does that affect your convention experience. And they had Chris, who's a below the knee amputee, has plenty of experience dealing with conventions and accessibility, and he speaks on this very well and frequently. But they also had people who are on the spectrum and have spectrum disorder, and how the overstimulation of a con, and how to deal with that, and how to find a quiet space and a safe space. And I've just I can't say enough good things about the heart and the hope and the joy of this convention. It's a small con. I'm not saying that all of you need to jump on your airplanes and fly to Raleigh, North Carolina, because there's going to be 10,000 people there. There won't. Um, I don't know, maybe 500 people most years. I think down a little this year, but it's a very good con. There's a lot of good, strong programming, and people bought a lot of books, which means that I can afford to go to my convention next weekend, which is in Williamsburg, Virginia. That's probably where I'll be when you're watching this, unless you're watching this in the future, in which case, shit, I don't know where I'll be. Probably not in Williamsburg if you're watching this from the future. If you're watching this from the past, then that's weird. The winning Powerball ticket will be displayed right down here. It won't. So yeah, it was a good con. Our sales were up about $100 over last year. Convention hotel was gorgeous. Nice bathroom too. Um, I don't know. It was a good show. I did a reading. I did an hour-long reading with a selection from Zombies Ate My Homework, a selection from Amazing Grace, and a selection from Raising Hell, the first Quincy Harker Demon Hunter novella. And the convention provided a videographer to stream the readings, and he was kind enough to Dropbox the video to me, so I'm going to chop that up and throw it up on the channel so that you guys can see me read some stuff. And if you want to see me do some readings on the channel, drop a note in the show notes, drop a comment. Let me know. I'm all about doing stuff that you guys want to see, as long as it doesn't involve flashing my glorious man boobs. That shit ain't free, y'all. Nobody wants to see my glorious man boobs. Oh, I did. I rocked the new Shingles t-shirt today. We're thrilled that Tantor Audio is going to release the second collection of 6 Shingles audiobooks. That's the comedy horror, the horror parody novella series that I write with the rest of the cast of authors and dragons. We each release one in over the course of 6 months. So I did 2 last year. I'll do 2 this coming year. Um, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we they're vastly inappropriate. They're labeled NSFA, not safe for any goddamn thing. It's not it's not like rated MA for mature. It's rated N for nobody should read or listen to these. These are terrible books. They're well crafted. My God, we're awful human beings for even thinking about writing some of these things. Nah, it's parody. Jonathan Swift wrote about eating babies. We're not right. I don't think we're writing about eating babies. I haven't read the last one, so could be. We might be writing about eating babies. But yeah, got the con season off to a good start. Made it home safe. Happy to be back. And, I'll post up some reading videos for you guys, and I'm going to start a new series here in a little bit called 10 Things That Nobody Will Tell You About Your Writing That's Keeping You from Getting Published. Or maybe I'll shorten it to 10 Things That Suck About Your Writing. There's probably going to be 15 or 20 things by the time I'm done, but I'm a writer. I don't have to be good at math. So, tough shit. I'll just be wrong. I've been married a long time. I'm wrong a lot. My wife's not here, so you can't get the independent verification of this, but trust me, I'm wrong a lot. Yeah, all right. That's all I had for you guys, really. It was a long day. I'm tired. Shocker. I had a 9 a.m. meeting, so I was up at 7:30 after being up till 2. And so that's about what? That's theoretically 5.5 hours of sleep. Realistically, it's 5. Yeah, we sat around in the bar until 2 o'clock in the morning solving the problems of the world. If the world still has problems, then those are just the ones we didn't know about because we tried our damnedest to solve all the world's problems while in the bar. And a lot of conventions, this one included, people save their money until Sunday and do all their buying on Sunday. So I was doing a lot of hard pitching from the jump today. Had a lot of good conversations with people, but the more focus I give to people at the table, to people on panels, to just random conversations, to staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to solve the problems of the world, sometimes I run out of spoons. If you don't get that, Google spoon theory. But I'm slap ass out of silverware now, y'all. So, at the end of this video, you're going to see a roll of credits. You're going to see a run of brought to you by. And if you would like to help sponsor these videos, if these videos help you in your writing, if you think I'm moderately amusing, go to our Patreon, drop us a little sponsorship. You can sign up for as little as $1 and you get these videos before anybody else gets to see them. For starting at $5, you get other stuff and free books and all kinds of shit. For $100, you can see my glorious man boobs. No, you can't. You really can't. I really shouldn't record these when I'm tired and it's late. Or maybe I should. Shit, I might be funnier. All right. I'm out. I'll be back in a few days with... You probably won't know that it's a few days. I'm going to chop up the reading videos and upload that. So you'll think it... You may know it's a few days. You may think it's 10 seconds. Who knows? Because you're in the future. Goodbye, future. Goodbye.